Drive 40 minutes south of Ottawa and you'll reach Kempville. It's a quiet town of 2,437 people where the fishing is still pretty good off the Main Street Bridge. It's also home to the Ottawa Rough Riders training camp. And while Kempville hasn't changed much over the years, the Rough Riders are not the same team they were even a few months ago. Gone from last year's roster are safety Scott Flegel, offensive lineman Gerald Roper, defensive lineman Lloyd Lewis, and quarterback Damon Allen.
I would have liked to work with Damon Allen. I think Damon Allen's got a lot of talent, you know, and he certainly does, has proved that in this league. So I would have liked to have a shot to have him here.
Slightly more fortunate than the players who were not re-signed are 15 current riders who were asked to take pay cuts.
It's really hard, you know, if in my case I paid 12 years and I'm asked to take a 35% cut, you know, that's, you know, thanks a lot, you know, I've done a lot, you know, for the team, for the league and everything, and this is the thanks I get.
Rough Rider General Manager Dan Rambo made the cuts to save his team money and meet the CFL's $3 million salary cap.
I think a bunch of us throughout the league now are going to have to be accountable. And so knowing that early on, I just took the steps 6 months ago to try to get it in line by the first regular season game.
New CFL Commissioner Larry Smith has made it clear that any club exceeding the salary cap will be penalized in one of the following ways. A fine, possibly 50% of the amount the team exceeded the cap by. Loss of a draft pick in the CFL's amateur draft. Or even loss of a player to a team that did not exceed the cap. The salary cap was created in 1988 by then Commissioner Doug Mitchell. It was intended to make clubs act fiscally responsible. Some clubs were, some were not. In the spring of 1990, the financially strapped Ottawa Rough Riders drew criticism from other teams when they signed a group of high-profile and expensive free agents.
We have a $3 million salary cap like everybody else has. How we spend that $3 million is our business. It's none of anybody else's business, and I wish everybody else would look after their own teams and let us look after ours.
By last season, Ottawa's payroll had ballooned to $3.8 million, and only intervention by the league saved the team from bankruptcy. But with a change in ownership, the team that was the biggest abuser of the salary cap has now become its biggest supporter. However, not everyone is happy with the team's new thrifty philosophy. Linebacker Greg Stuman was one of the 15 players asked to take a pay cut.
I was under the impression, you know, once you sign a contract and you've not been terminated for no other reason, I didn't think that the salary thing should come up in the middle of a contract, because, you know, you can go out in the middle of a contract and play well and they don't approach you to offer you more money, so I thought maybe it should work both ways.
Defensive lineman Glenn Kulka, the team's player representative, was also asked to take a pay cut.
The bad thing is that with the cap, you only can make so much money. But the good thing is like I said, the security that you have as a league and as a franchise guarantees you're going to have a job.
By the time training camp broke, the Rough Riders had trimmed over $700,000 off their payroll. Financially, they're stronger. Whether or not this will weaken the team on the field remains to be seen.
Those are sponsors for today.